Hello, everyone. I'm Alex, and this is Mariella.
Hey, my name Ariella.
And we are here to share our monthly update. Um, Update, card pulling, talking about what we've kind of been hearing and experiencing in these times. Yeah, and we're actually currently recording on the new moon in Aquarius. It's supposed to be very, I mean, I think everything right now is supposed to be very powerful. We're in a very powerful time. Yeah.
And so the new moon is in Aquarius.
Yes.
So we're starting with Aquarian energy. Okay.
Hmm.
And so does that mean that, okay, so what I've heard on some videos I watched, the main thing is we are still having changes, but now our focus, at least at this time, it's self-care, like
Mm.
taking care of ourselves, because then we will be able to help others.
Mm.
What have you heard?
Well, I've listened to, did you listen to Lee Harris this month?
The February energy?
Hmm.
Yeah, that was what I told you was the message I got from him.
Ah, okay, awesome. Yeah. And um, I love how, and I always say this, his resonates really with the astrological time. And I've listened to some astrology, Pam Gregory and Tanya Gabriel, I believe her name is. And um, what I've been hearing a lot is this idea of fear. Like we're in these states of fear, like the polarization are these pieces of fear, and that we're needing to turn to love. Like we need to continue coming from a place of love and connecting to love, um, to kind of transmute that and show up in the world so that we're not in this reactive state. So I feel like I heard that a lot, and I really appreciated his energy update. He did actually a separate one specifically on fear in these times, and that was really good too. But they all talked about how right now this polarization is actually, it makes sense with the astrological times, um, and it's going to continue like just to be that way as we start to put the pieces together. And so, like you said, that taking care of ourselves, because if we're not grounded and we're not able to um, yeah, be in our body, be in our heart, like ourselves, then we're just going to be adding to the drama. So, um, so
Yeah.
yeah. Hmm.
And looked at other videos. I just saw this one from, is it Tim Harris?
Oh,
Lee Harris.
we hear. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but if I take a look at my life right now, what my mind is reflecting,
Hmm.
it's lots of cleaning, lots of things about cleaning, cleaning, and cleaning. At the same time, I have lots of things in the works, like from work, from what's happening in other people's lives, which shouldn't be mine, but at the same time, it's a reflection of me. Um, and people around me. I have so many things in my mind, and you have so many things as well, right?
Totally. Yeah.
Having to organize everything
Hmm.
so that I can have a sense of some control.
Yeah, because I mean, in the end, all we have is control over ourselves, right?
Mhm.
Um, but like that's so true. I was saying to Mariella before we got on the call that I'm really struggling with like my mind is so full and everything is so busy, and that's um yeah, I'm kind of struggling to feel centered and grounded in what I'm doing. So I'm currently rearranging my room and getting a new piece of furniture, like getting a desk in here, so that I can actually, yeah, keep parts of my life more focused energetically. So I'm not kind of scattered and all over feeling that way. So I'm really working on clearing the space, because when we clear our space, we clear the space within ourselves. And because, yeah, otherwise there's so many things, but it's so cool. Like, it's so
It
cool how
is.
many things are going on and
Yeah.
how fast everything is happening.
Yeah.
Um, like even today, I don't remember what it was, but there was this moment where this like layer of sadness kind of crept in, and it just like this
Yes.
sadness came and it went
Did
sad.
I pass that to you yesterday? Because yesterday I had that feeling.
Well,
And I just called Alex and told her.
yeah, but like, isn't it amazing how like the feeling can come and then it goes? Like if we let it, right? Like
Yeah.
obviously. And that was my experience, is I was able to like feel it and be like, oh, there's like this niggling of sadness or this something. And then I could be like, oh, okay, I see you. Like, yeah, I can feel that way too. Yeah. And then, you know, accept it and kind of move on. But so I feel like things keep, because they're cycling so fast. I'm also noticing I'm able to kind of move through things a bit faster.
Yeah.
Like if I get irritated with my partner, and then um, I can easily forgive well, not forgive, because it's usually my thing. Not usually, but in this situation I'm thinking of, I was able to like easily kind of be like, you know what, you're like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said things that way, and sorry if I hurt your feelings, and then just let it go. I wasn't thinking about it anymore, even though I was so frustrated. And then I had to apologize because I recognized where I was, and then life just continued on and forgot about it,
Yeah.
or let it go.
You know what else is coming up for me?
Hmm.
I I had been doing Roots of Empathy,
Mhm.
I think from 2009 till like maybe 2 years ago. And so this program, um, the objective is to help children understand empathy, right? Baby and presenting the baby to the class and watch how the baby grows. And so for me at the beginning, I had the curriculum. I was following all the theory and the activities you need to do. Um, and I haven't done it for about 2 years, but now I'm starting to understand like the importance of empathy. It's like the universe was like teaching me for a while through me teaching others.
Mhm.
Get it, right? Because if I look back in high school, it was really hard for me in some ways to understand some concepts. And here's like universe coming in and like, okay, we're going to surround you with this information and you'll get it.
Mhm.
And so I'm taking classes to get my child and youth certification. And we were talking about roles in family members. Like one could be like the positive one, and the other one could be in the negative one, because the family needs to maintain the balance, homeostasis. And so everybody has a role. But in all of this, when people are too extreme, empathy comes in and balances everything. I'm like,
Mm.
wow. Who would imagine this? Because I tend to be the positive, and people in my house might be like, oh, not, I don't want to say that they are negative. They are not like negative, but it could be polarizing
Mhm.
sometimes. And so, but then I'm starting to think, oh, if maybe I start using my words to show my feelings like I have been telling other people, and asking like, how are you? And oh, I'm sorry that you're feeling that way. And
Mhm.
trying to understand the other person. There's a big connection
Mhm.
in there. So that's coming up for me.
Mhm. I
And
can,
I
yeah, I can actually relate.
Aquarius energy, I want to share it with everybody.
Mm, right? I know it's hard to contain the, like, that's how I feel sometimes. Like, I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm gonna burst. I need to share it. And then I'm just like, hey, Alex.
What do you want to share?
I just get so excited about everything I'm doing. Like right now, I'm just super excited. I'm really enjoying everything I'm doing. And my energy, I think there's like a layer of maybe anxiety, like just because the amount of things, my energy's a bit higher right now.
Yeah.
And so the excitability is even higher, but I'm enjoying everything. So I really want to share everything and talk about it. And but I know that's not for everybody, and it's for me. So like that's the thing. I really agree with you, Mariella. Like, I can relate to, and I've had this conversation with a few people like from our circle, is this year feels like it's not about like it's about learning, but it's actually about experiencing what you've already learned and putting all that stuff into action. Like, like, I've learned so much about self-love, 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 or I've learned so much about trying to like, be super mindful or present or, whatever. But this year I'm actually putting it all into practice and understanding it on a whole other level. And I'm just like, damn, that's what I think this year is about, is like, yeah, we're taking in, but it's like, no, we're actually going to transform with everything that we've taken in. And so I
Yeah.
feel like that's why this year is so exciting. And this Aquarian energy is all about that. Um, what is it? Transformation through revolution, I believe is what this one is. Or it's the Great
Yeah.
Awakening. It's a Great
And with
Awakening.
community, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
With
So
connection.
it's about finding your people, like who you want to be in the world with. Like, so when you're finding like your tribe and the people you
Yeah.
connect to and creating that world you want to have. Um,
Yeah, that's what they were saying about the energy around this time. Like there's a lot about cleaning your life and cleaning your relationships, like you were saying. Like
mhm.
what works for you? What that's it.
Yeah. I remember him saying that, like Lee talking about that. It made me sad because I'm sad to think of the relationships that are ending. Um,
Yeah.
but they don't have to end. They're just changing. And so there's
Yes.
some
They're
sadness.
there still.
Good. Yeah.
All the same way. Always going to live my life. I don't want them to leave.
Right.
Because my natural self lets universe take care of everything, right? I'm not usually the person who will do the first step towards something new. I will let the universe push me, right?
Uh-huh. That is Mariella. She knows her job well.
So I'm not going to end relationships. And so I'm like, what is the universe going to do?
Well, you know what the universe has done is you're now working full time and taking a course. So you're having to decide what relationships are most important to put your time and energy into.
Yeah, but I'm not going to decide that. My rising sign is Pisces.
Mm.
It's hard for me to make decisions when emotions are involved. So the universe is the perfect ally for that.
Mhm.
I have to take
Mhm.
care of that part.
Nice. Well, I know we're going to pull some cards, so let's
Exactly.
um, go ahead and What cards do you have today, Miranda?
I have Angel Dreams from Doreen Virtue and Melissa Virtue, the daughter. Did you know that all the Doreen Virtue angel cards are so rare now that they are increasing the price?
Really?
To sell them, they are more expensive.
Oh. Mm. Like,
I don't want to sell any.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms from Colette Baron Reed. Yeah.
That's an amazing deck. Mm-hmm.
What do you have?
Okay, I have my favorites. So I just got this back from my partner because he was borrowing it. So Mystic Shaman Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed and a few others. And I actually think I want to pull a goddess card today. I'm feeling called
Okay.
for the goddess card.
I like it.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like just the color, the sun and that is just like, we need this.
Okay.
So yeah, so we're looking ahead for this month. And so for any of you who aren't familiar with cards, which I imagine you are if you're watching, cards give us that opportunity to tap in or listen into our highest wisdom, highest self, universe, source. We can ask questions and get guidance and yeah, and insights that we might not have normally seen, help us make connections and offer support. Okay. Have one that I've never seen before. It's amazing how you can have a deck of cards and it feels like you get the same cards all the time. And then every once in a while you'll get a card and be like, what? I've never seen that one before.
So I'm picking 3 cards because I need some understanding. The card you usually don't like get it.
Sorry.
Usually with just taking one card, it's not enough for me to understand what's going on. Okay. So what did you get, Alex?
Okay. Well, my first card I pulled was the Blade. It's such a beautiful deck.
Yes.
And so I actually have no idea what this card is. But when I think of a blade, I think obviously of cutting through things. So the essence of this card is that it represents sharpness of the mind, body, and spirit. Pointing upward, it summons the power of heaven. When aimed down to the ground, it anchors the power of the heavens on earth. The blade can be a healing tool or a weapon. Wield it wisely, and it will transmit power, bestow initiations, cut energetic cords from the past, and sever toxic relationships. Use it with anger, and it will slash, stab, and kill. Ooh. So the power of the blade and the ability to wield it with the place of love. Okay. Interesting. I'm gonna have to think about that.
Yeah.
But when they said to sever toxic relationships, I was like, oh my gosh, we were just talking about relationships. But
Yeah, cutting, how do you call them? Ties?
Cutting cords, yeah.
I think that doesn't work. I can't find here finally. Because so these cards, the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms, they have the upward cards definition and the upside down ones, right? So did you just get one card?
The other card I pulled was bold,
Mm.
Frigga. Unleash your adventurous side, take risks, and be daring. That's a very Aquarian energy. And I feel like they're really interesting kind of going next to each other, in terms of, seems like the power of the blade, the sharpness of the blade. It makes me think of like very clear discernment energy, but also like the idea of it being bold. Um, those are really interesting cards today.
Yeah, they're like, you know how those that idea of minimalism and Marie Kondo, like
Mhm.
through stuff, just get rid
Mhm.
of it.
Yeah.
Don't think too much about it. Just go.
Yeah. Cut what is not serving you anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah. Let things, yeah.
And
Yeah.
be bold.
Be bold. Yeah. Make those changes that need to come. Allow it to happen. Have courage.
Okay. So you're familiar with these cards. I'm not sure the others are, but I got the Henry Ghosts.
Hmm.
And so it's about obsessions, scarcity consciousness, and attachment. And so I am thinking, I don't need any other cards. I understand this. Because one question that has come to my mind lately, it's I saw it somewhere. Are you ready to get rid of attachments? And meaning um, not using things that you have been using for comfort, like changing your ways, not using the car as much, but walking or taking the bus. Um, or for some people would be eating less meat or not meat, depends. Um, eating more organic food. Are you ready for that? Because you know, food doesn't feel the same and doesn't taste the same, doesn't look like as colorful. Are you just ready to let that go? Eat fruit as it is from the tree, from
Mm.
Nick. It's not red, it's not sweet as before. Are you ready for that? And like, oh my gosh, I'm not sure if I'm ready. um,
And that's so the energy of this time is like everything you thought was real is now being flipped upside down.
yes,
Like literally we're experiencing like the Uranus energy is very like just transform, transform. Oh, you think this is going to be your thing? Oh, no, transform. And Uranus and Taurus are going to be doing some crazy things until 2026. And that
Uranus and Taurus.
in Taurus, yeah. So it's all about the Taurian energy. So that's really like our sense of security, our body, our wellness, like all that stuff.
And
That
Earth,
kind of
right?
the earthly parts of ourself, that Taurus energy, is being flipped upside down.
Materialism.
Exactly. So we have to get used to that discomfort. Because if not, we're gonna suffer a lot. Because it's like, why isn't it the way I want it to be? Why isn't it the way I want it to be? And it's like, well, it's not. We're gonna have to let go of some things. And in the end, it's for the greater of all of humanity, not just like this time frame, but
Yeah,
like, and we have lots of time. Like, there's gonna be lots
yeah,
of
lots of time.
time.
I was listening to podcast where Crying was talking.
Mm,
And so Crying was saying, um, some of you would like to see the lion and the lamb playing together and not having to eat each other anymore.
Mm.
This, like now. But he was saying if you did that, you would really could become crazy. Like you
Mm.
can't handle that in your mind.
Mhm.
When you say we have lots of time, yes, it's going to be gradual.
Mhm.
And at the end, everybody should be like united and connected and one.
Mhm.
We're not there yet.
Mhm.
We will be one day.
Mhm. Yeah.
I want to see the lion and the lamb together.
Okay, I just recently watched Zootopia. Have you watched Zootopia? Did you watch it?
I think the lion tasted a little bit of somebody else.
Huh.
Maybe that was in another movie. Go ahead. I don't remember it.
It's a cartoon,
Yes.
and the all the animals had become, their savage ways had changed and they had shifted. And anyway, so just they were all living together, but then the the lambs, for example, were still being looked down upon, that don't have as much power, and they were still like the carnivores were quite mean to the other ones. And so then the lamb tried to take over and make the all the carnivores look bad, and like they're savage, they're bad, we have to keep them locked up, kind of thing. So like that shift in power happened, and then just the awareness of the power difference changed, and then they came into a bit more balance at the end. So it's kind of like, you know the lion has been in control for a long time here in our world, and now the lambs want an opportunity, but it's going to be really painful, 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 painful. They may try and overdo it. And then hopefully there's some balance, because we swing like a pendulum, right? And then slowly come back into center. So
Mhm.
that's what made me think of Zootopia when you were sharing.
Yeah. I was just remembering, I think, Madagascar.
Oh, mm-hmm.
The lion licked some other animal and he's like, oh, delicious. Eat him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so the other card that I got is the Queen of the Light
Oh.
upside down.
Mm-hmm.
Challenge what we're learning. I'm so excited. I'll read it to you. The Queen of the Light challenges you to shine your light and not give in to fear.
Mm.
Are you hiding yourself for fear of rejection? Yes, that's me. Are you as afraid of success as you are of failure? The light of the divine shining within you is the power that expresses through you. This, not your ego, is the authentic place of self expression.
Mm.
True wealth resides within peace, harmony, and sense of purpose. Remember that light isn't garish and cold, nor is it manufactured. It's warm and brilliant and natural. Give up the attachment to the outer goal, and if it's meant to be yours, it will surely come.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Attachment again.
Yeah. Let's see what the next one is.
Yeah, it's interesting because it's talking about the light
Mm-hmm.
somewhere in there, and that you're the light that shines. My mantra recently is I am light, I am light, I am light, I am light, I am light.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like so my frequency has increased.
Very nice.
So again, I'm not going to choose to make the first steps. Let's see what the universe brings.
Marielle is one of those people who really is just like, I will just see how it unfolds. And I'm just like, no, we gotta like make ourselves uncomfortable and try different things and see what happens. And you're just like, no, just gonna.
I'm gonna watch you. Then if I decide, maybe later. And Alex, like like the Sagittarius, I'm there. I'm going there. I'm going there. With me, come with me.
Exactly. Hmm. And you said you had a third card?
Um, yes, I got a third card. And it's also upside down, so it's another challenge.
Hmm.
It's the Well Watcher. Have you seen this one before?
I think so. Sounds familiar.
Mm. And I haven't seen this one before. But here there's this person that has the owl here on the shoulder, and there's a cage behind. It seems like there's another, or maybe it's the owl's cage, but the cage is out and with the person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a little hard to see, like, because the card's quite dark, but
Yeah. So there is a cage here.
oh, where the well is.
Oh, it's the whale. That's why the whale watcher. Thank you, Alex.
Interesting.
Okay, so let me see what's in it. And it's a challenge. So the well watcher comes to let you know that you've run out of steam.
Mm.
They know. Self will alone isn't enough to make things happen. All cannot be yours at this time. If you feel you're going nowhere, it's because you're meant to stay put. Fullness can lead to your becoming like the bull in a china shop, creating havoc as you push forward. Remember the sacred creative source of the water in the well. Drink some, be still, and contemplate the true origin of power. It isn't you. So drink deeply of the wisdom of the divine and listen to the beautiful music playing throughout your life. When you've made conscious contact with a higher power, you can move forward again, replenished and renewed. You see, Alex? You see?
Well, but I just talking about how excited I feel and how much energy I have, and but I know I need to,
Stay put.
because yeah, you eventually do run out of steam. Like that's the thing I'm worried about right now is my level of energy is really high, and um I'm like, oh my gosh, is this like I don't want to have to contain it, right? Like
Yeah.
to stop it from growing, but am I like utilizing it and connecting it and using it within myself in a really healthy way? And I could imagine because it's this is a new energy for me because I'm used to having lower energy, like fluctuating and having low energy. That this constant energy is like, oh, is a little tiring.
Yeah. So it goes hand in hand with what Lee Harris was saying about
Mm,
taking care of yourself,
mhm,
like repowering yourself
mhm.
for yourself. Calm down, not think much, things that you like.
And I think that's one thing that makes it hard is the Aquarian energy is super, it is very fast moving and it's very expansive and it's very airy. So it's all about like thoughts and minds and ideas and that kind of thing and just that piece. And so it can be really easy to get caught in that and not coming back to a grounded space,
Mhm.
like we've been saying.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's so interesting. Mm. I really think this card is so beautiful, the bold one. Or not bold, blade, the blade. The bold
Yeah,
one
I
is
really like the play one.
Mm. Yeah, it's amazing the transformations that are happening. Hmm. I'm gonna sit with that and probably have a nap. My afternoon nap. I don't have afternoon nap,
Nice.
but I might need one now that all this excitement is um, taking over.
Mhm.
But yeah, I think this month it sounds like it's like from the cards even that just be aware of the changes that are continuing to arise and happen and um, and yeah, and then just recognize you're going to have to be letting go or you're going to be really uncomfortable. So you might need to make certain decisions or choices that might not be easy, or maybe they'll be easy, but they'll be uncomfortable. You know, everything has that trade-off, right? It might be the best thing, but it's going to be uncomfortable. And getting used to that and
Yeah.
turning in to take care of ourselves and listen. Hmm.
So from the other deck, I got
Hmm.
water and boundaries.
Oh. Hmm.
So this one is not boundaries, nettle, but it means boundaries.
Hmm.
Water. Guess what is water?
Well, I see it's emotions, initiation, and rejuvenation.
Exactly. And so it's again water, 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 water. Because I know that Aquarius is not a water sign,
Hmm.
but water runs through the, what is it called? The base.
Hmm. Yeah.
And emotions and boundaries together.
Hmm.
It seems like
Yeah.
there will be a
Which one did
lot
you
of
say
emotions
first?
around.
Which
Sorry?
one came first? The emotions
Water.
or the boundaries?
Yeah.
The water.
Emotions, initiation, and rejuvenation.
Mm.
And this one is boundaries, caution.
Mm.
And the last one was the fire opal, which is
Ooh.
sensuality and confidence.
Mm.
So that's like a little bit of more of enjoying your senses
Mhm. Mhm.
and being confident.
Mhm.
Just be bold, right?
Exactly. I don't pull 3 cards very much anymore, but, um, yeah, seeing you pull those 3 cards is really nice. 'Cause
Mhm.
I'm just used to pulling, like, 1, and if I need a second one to kind of get a bit more information, I will, but otherwise, I'm just 1, but I'm liking the 3 because you can see how they feed off each other.
Mhm.
Kind of like how we had done in our last video for the year.
Yeah.
Remember? It was
Yeah.
amazing how they went tick, tick, tick. Oh, that
Yeah.
was so creepy. Creepy amazing. Um, yeah, how the 3 went. Mm, okay. Well, is there anything else you'd like to share, Mariella?
No, I think I'm done.
Mhm. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. And um, yeah, take take these cards and see how you interpret them for your own self and your own world. And check out those videos that we had mentioned, those folks on YouTube who are just amazing in what they have to offer. And always feel free and share anything in the comments below. Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.